That's part of life.
Hey, what's up, gang? This is S1, a writer from Montreal, Canada. Did this nice new production with the crew, DNW crew. Did this one back in Gatineau, Quebec. Hope you guys like it. I got together with my crew members Strike, Sawr and Hawks. Did this nice production. We were supposed to do a Halloween mural, but we got delayed by a few days. By that time it was November 3rd. It was getting a little cold and chilly out there, so we decided to make something that was a little cooler. Not cooler than Halloween, but cooler in temperature. And have these pieces with a background of ice with Captain Cold, I believe his name is, the DC character. And just a nice overall production. Make sure you watch till the end. We had a nice surprise visit at the end. So for this one, I didn't have the cameras running. I didn't have a GoPro on or anything, as you can see. I only have the time lapse and I have a few funny outtakes of the videos. There's Sawr in the wagon and Hawks pushing him. Perfect line. Again, we're in a dangerous area on a bike path. Bikes are zooming by. They just get into that tunnel and they're off to the races. So we gotta watch our backs. As soon as we turn around, you gotta always check your six, because you go a little too fast and you don't look before, might get hit by a bike that really hurts. Well, from what I had seen, it didn't happen to me, but it happened to a friend of mine. Got slammed in by a bike and right in the ribs. Anything in the ribs really hurts. Seems like I'm spending more time talking than painting. We chose to go with bucket paint to fill the piece. Sawr had a nice little aqua teal color, so we filled with that and then faded everything else in. Alright, this one's a little bit out of focus. That's a great angle. Phase are going in. A couple of cool highlights in there too. Sawr and I used similar colors so they would match. And Hawks did all of the background, all of that broken, crackled ice, snowman, branches reaching in to grab and poke, and Strike did the whole character. I think I took a break. Oh, there we go, I'm back. Outline time. Look at that. Really coming together. I know, the highlights look weird now, but I'll fix them up. Time for the 3D now. I usually always do my 3D with a perspective going down in the middle to the bottom, but every time I paint with Sawr, he always does his 3Ds going to the right, straight, so I adapt. Looks nice though. That character's coming together really nice. The details that Strike is putting in there, you'll see at the end, it's really going to pay off. About 20 years ago, Strike and I got together and we were tired of getting the bad rep of bombing, even though we were bombing and tagging and destroying whatever we could. We would go to this abandoned factory, the 211, and we would paint like big murals, big productions all the time. And graffiti was getting a really bad rep because of the tags everywhere. And in the newspapers, there was this big article about it. So I countered by contacting the newspapers and letting them know that it's not just bombing. There's a lot of really nice stuff. And the newspapers met up with me. I showed them pieces in that abandoned building. They loved it, and they made a 2-page article in the newspapers. That attracted the attention of the city people, and of course they demanded a meeting with me, and I refused because I didn't want to get caught for bombing, because of course you would see my tags everywhere, so my signature would be the same, and didn't want to get busted. But eventually met up with a municipal councillor, and she really wanted to make something better for the kids, the artists, the painters, somewhere where we could paint. So she asked, what can we do? How can we help kids express themselves, but not on mailboxes, on windows, and everything else? I said, well, you know what? Give us these walls here, there, this, including the wall in the tunnel right there behind Philemon Wright High School, and snap of a finger, we got those walls. We showed up one morning to go paint illegally, and the walls were all rolled. And funny enough, the councillor walked by that day 20 years later and saw us painting again, still together. That was really cool. So yeah, here's our surprise visit. So walking in the tunnel, there was this drunk guy that kept tripping over himself and screaming and whatever, trying to dance, but he kept falling because he was too drunk. And as it got darker outside when we were finishing the wall, this, like we usually call it out, hey guys, there's a bike, watch out, bike coming. But this time it was a big truck. The guys, there's a pickup truck coming, going, what? On a bike path? What's going on here? And that pickup truck had blasting lights, and ended up it was the cops. There was 4 cops coming down the bike path, and they were looking for whoever was causing all that ruckus, and they thought it was us. They were told there was a party in the tunnel and people were breaking stuff and whatever, so they show up. And it was getting dark, we couldn't really see what we were doing on the wall anymore, so they just parked there and started asking us questions, but they left their big bright shining lights. They're not spotlights, they're like huge LED bands, so that lit up the whole tunnel, and we just kept on pinging, and the cops were there talking to us, going, what are you guys doing here, are you allowed to be here? And then they just said, you guys need more lights? So they took out their big mag lights, the big flashlights that they have, and they just lit us up on the wall like this. So funny story, the cops actually helped us finish our graffiti pieces. What do you guys think? Look at this. All nice. Some snow on there for a cool and chilly day. Look at the details on the character. Badass work by Strike. So that's it, gang. Hope you like the wall. That's our ice production mural for 2023. Big props to my DNW peeps. Thanks for helping out, and we'll see you guys soon.